Hi everyone, really quickly, I forgot to record an intro for our week 8 home visit. This week we focused on numbers and counting, and we gave you lots of examples on how to get numbers, counting, and math right into your household for all different ages. So we focus on the book 10 Black Dots today by Donald Cruz, and we do lots of fun activities indoors and outdoors because of it. We hope you enjoy this visit, and here we go.
Dots by Donald Cruz. What can you do with 10 black dots? One dot can make a sun.
Or a moon when the day is done. 1.
2 dots can make the eyes of a fox.
Or the eyes of a key that opens locks. 1, 2.
3 dots can make a snowman's face.
Or beads for stringing on a lace. 1,
1,
2, 3.
4 dots can make seeds from which flowers grow.
Or the knobs on a radio. 1, 2, 3, 4.
5 dots can make buttons on a coat.
Or the portholes of a boat.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 dots can make marbles that you hold.
Half are new, the rest are old.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 dots can make the spots on a snake.
Or stones turned up by a garden rake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
8 dots can make the wheels of a train.
Carrying freight through sun and rain.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
9 dots can make toy soldiers standing in rank.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or the pennies in your piggy bank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
10 dots can make balloons stuck in a tree.
Shake the branch and set them free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Count them. Are there really 10?
Now we can begin again, counting dots from 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job counting, you guys. Can you find anything in your house to count? Show mom or dad, count how many fingers and toes you have. Moms and dads, find anything else your little guys can count on. They can count when giving out napkins for dinner, or count how many steps they're taking to the bathroom. Use this week to encourage your child to count all around. Hey guys, it's Miss Dana, and let's talk about what our infants can do for our 10 Black Dots home visit. So again, I'm going to encourage a lot of communication and even some counting with your baby this week, okay? So as usual, put that baby on lap. Now for this one, it can be done on the lap, as I mentioned. It certainly can be done as baby is laying down on their belly. This is a little thing that you could do as you are getting the child dressed, or maybe you are changing a diaper. We are just going to be counting their fingers as well as their toes. I know that sounds like a super silly or simple activity, but it is very, very important, just like we have talked about in other weeks, that we are communicating with our children, especially our infants that are learning our language and how we communicate all the time. But also give a little tickle to your infant. As our little guys get older, they start to experience some new sensations. So as you're counting the fingers, and certainly count those toes too, you guys, give a little tickle on your baby. Give them some sensory feedback and see, how do they react when you just gently stroke the palm of their hand? How do they react when you do that to the sole of their foot? Do they wiggle? Do they laugh? Does it seem to sort of the feeling they don't like? Let me know. But that's what we're going to do for our infants this week. So again, counting those fingers and toes. Feel free to do a little, this little piggy action, whatever you want to do. But just make sure that you're communicating, you're giving some sensory feedback to baby, and you're helping them count those fingers and toes. Let's see what Miss Heather has for toddlers.
Hi guys, it's Miss Heather. So Miss Dana already talked to you about our infants and what activities we're going to do with them to go with our 10 little black dots. Now for our toddlers, we're actually going to use the book. So in the back of the book, there is a chart. So I advise taking and getting a snack of some kind, whether it be maybe some Teddy Grahams or Goldfish or Cheerios, whatever it is that's small enough and that you want them to use, and you're going to help them by filling the snack with whatever it is you're using. So one will go in here, and then two, and then you're going to help them count. So as they're counting, and you want to be able to, put a few in your hand and say, okay, we only need one. Can you grab one? And if they're going to probably grab more than one, but then you're going to help them. You're going to put it on here, and you can fill this all out and then go back through it. And every time they copy you and they say the number, they get to eat it. So it's a reward system. It's fun. It's healthy, and it goes through to the next page as well. So you're going to do that all the way through, and you can just put them in each of the dots. Now, Miss Dana talked about doing like 10 little piggies. They can count their fingers and toes as well. So the toddlers are old enough, they can do that language. They can, for the most part, they can always follow. But keeping that conversation going and keeping those songs going is great for them as well. So if you find that they're not really interested in doing this, you can certainly go back and you can sing the song and you can count their fingers and toes as well. So I'm going to pull Miss Dana and we're going to talk about what to do with our preschoolers. See you in a minute.
Hi everyone. So here we are going to talk about our preschool section for this week's home visit. So your infants, we were going to count fingers and toes. Your toddlers, we're going to take a little bit of a snack and use the back guide of the book to match one number per the amount of snack, like Cheerios or Goldfish, like Miss Heather had talked about. Now, for our preschoolers, we wanted to do something very, very similar. But Miss Heather mentioned in the last part, for our toddlers, it's important for a parent or an adult to sit with the child and help them identify how many of the snack they will need for each piece of the chart. For our preschoolers, we want to make it a little bit more challenging, and we do not want to be sitting there and saying, okay, can you take one for one? We want to give them a small pile of Cheerios, Goldfish, whatever little snack you end up using, and we want them to just take it and put one in each circle, okay? Now, you may end up letting your little guy do this, and you find that they have put 4 Cheerios in one circle, and that's okay. You can help them by simply taking the Cheerio and moving them to their own circle. Instead of saying, no, that's all wrong. Hold on, let me show you. Not a big deal. Allow the child to make the mistake, and instead of making a big deal about the correction, simply correct it yourself and say, how does it look now? Do you notice anything different? And again, like Miss Heather said, it's both sides. Do you have anything to add, Miss Heather?
Nope. And always go the 1 through 5 page first.
Oh yeah, start here.
And if you have to do this a couple of times before you move on, then so be it. It's okay.
Absolutely.
It's okay that they don't go all the way 1 through 10. It's all right.
With our toddlers and older infants and things that are going to be trying this, but maybe are not super knowledgeable in the number department yet, stick to 1 to 5. You don't have to do 6 through 10. Okay? Sometimes it's just better to start here and then move on as the child sort of masters 1 through 5. Okay? So that is our preschooler section for our 10 Black Dot visit.
Go.
Hi guys. So incorporated with our 10 Black Dots, we wanted to throw in another tidbit about how to keep and staying healthy. So with our little kids, with our fingers, you can do this at the sink when you're doing it for getting ready for your breakfast or your lunch or your dinner. In the bathtub, you guys can do obviously your fingers and your toes. And even your little babies, you can be singing and washing their fingers and toes doing this, okay? 1 little, 2 little, 3 little fingers, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little fingers, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little fingers, 10 little fingers, please. Now, remember, if you guys have done your markers, if you guys have done your ink blotters, if you wash them once and you still sing, have it on your hand, do it again. Ready? We're going to do it one more time. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little fingers, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little fingers, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little fingers, 10 little fingers all clean. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, remember, go ahead and use it in the bath or at the sink when you guys are getting ready for mealtime. Bye.
Hey guys, it's Miss Dana.
And Miss Heather.
And we are here for your full big activity for your 10 Black Dots week. Oh, Miss Heather, it just got bright out here.
Oh,
my
it did.
gosh, that sun came for our eyes really quickly.
Here's your book.
Yes, there's our 10 Black Dots book. We already told you what we're going to do for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers. And now this is our big activity for the end of our video. So, what we're going to do is we're going to play some hopscotch.
Sounds fun.
Okay. Now, Miss Heather, explain to me, I have a toddler and a preschooler. I really want them both to do the hopscotch.
Right.
How do I get them both involved?
Okay. So on the toddler. So you're
Okay.
going to give your toddler the chalk. And toddlers are still working on their motor skills.
Absolutely.
So you're going to have them draw your line.
Okay.
So you're going to tell them 2 lines. Break it down if you have to. Start off with 1. And until you say stop.
Stop. I think.
Okay. So that's my 1 line. So then tell them whether it be the left or the right to come up again. And you're going to do the same length till the other one. So you want to give yourself enough room in between.
Perfect.
Now, you need 2 more lines, right?
Close off the top and the bottom.
So, but how do you want to do that? So I got him, right?
Yep.
So you want me to turn this side to this side?
Yes.
Okay.
we have our big court, you guys. So we're kind of going to start sectioning it off. Add one more box.
And so we just did it simple, but if you guys want to go ahead and obviously make the full squares, for your toddlers, them being able to do those straight lines and then go from one corner to the next corner is really what their skills are going to be about.
Absolutely. If
So-
you have your older kiddos that can draw a perfect hopscotch without having to do the lines first,
Right.
That's
Then go
okay.
ahead and let them do it.
absolutely. We just want to make sure you can get your little guys involved if they really, really want to. Okay? Now, for our preschoolers, what are they going to do?
So your preschoolers, they should be able to start counting. So they're going to do your numbers.
Now, they may not be able to perfectly draw the numbers yet, so moms and dads, you may have to use that hand over hand like we talk about. But we're just going to add our numbers in right to our hopscotch board, just like you usually would. Okay? Now, Miss Heather, while I'm writing, why don't you tell moms and dads why hopscotch is really great, not only for fine and gross motor, because they're going to be throwing and jumping,
Right.
but also, why does this help with counting and math?
So it's recognition. You're going to have recognition of our numbers. You're going to have recognition of the spaces, so that works with that as well.
Absolutely, they're going to learn some spatial awareness.
So like we have one and we know it's one square, 2, 3. So you've already gone 1, 2, 3 spaces. And like Miss Dana was saying, so you can, take a stone. You can take something that has some weight to it. So if you have
Could be the piece of chalk,
a marble,
a marble.
piece of chalk. That's what you're going to use to just toss, and your toddlers are going to learn that motion of the tossing.
This is a super tiny piece of chalk.
Oh,
Use that.
it is. So I'm going to take the chalk, and I'm just going to, oh, it landed on 4. So, and you can show them 4, so that's another recognition. This is all going to play in memory recall. So you're going to be like, okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's been a while, so bear with me.
Go ahead, Miss Heather, you got this.
All right, so you're going to go 4.
And she did perfect. She did perfect.
Now with your toddlers, they might not be able to hop like that, like
Absolutely.
your preschoolers are.
So show them how a toddler could hop.
So you could just take and ask them to stand on one foot, just to get their balance, and then just hop.
Yes, and they can also do it closed leg too, so they can hop like this, hop out, hop back in.
Right.
Okay? Again, just totally based on the ability and age of your child.
Right. So whatever works for them. Start off simple. If you do it a couple of times and you think they're getting a hang of it, go ahead and take it up a notch and let them, try a little bit different, so that it keeps them engaged and it keeps their motor skills, whether it be the gross motor or the fine motor. So if you've done this box and they're really good at it, move it to the next level, see if they can make the good box.
Absolutely, yeah. And you guys, please feel free to use this chalk just for drawing and things as well outside. But just know, usually, like if you're making a big old hopscotch board, you're gonna go to about a half of a chalk.
Right.
You do use a lot of chalk in these things.
Yeah, so Miss Dana actually had one that was already
About a half of a chalk.
about a half, and this is what I have left, which is about a half of a chalk.
Just so you guys know. So this is your big activity for this week's home visit. We really want you out and about playing hopscotch. This can be done on the sidewalk. If you guys don't have space on the sidewalk or don't have a backyard, you can kind of make this work by using a carpet or by using pieces of paper on the floor, and the child could jump to each specific piece of paper. Be creative, you guys. You can always make this work, promise.
Right, and if you want to, include the dots. So
Oh yeah,
one,
good idea, Miss Heather.
you're going to have one dot.
Or stars, anything.
Whatever you want. And if you're inside, you can put stickers down on the carpet. They can pull off really easy. Everything that
Use
you're
our
doing-
vanilla paper, like
Oh,
whatever.
absolutely. Everything you do, it's you telling them, they are doing it, they are putting it together, they are following through with it, and it's all going to be recalled.
Absolutely. So this is your big activity for the week. You already found out what your infant, toddlers, and preschoolers are going to do. Get your whole family, young, old, everything in between, involved in this fun activity because it really is good for the whole family.
It gets you exercising and moving, it has some fun, and it just takes a minute just to have a break.
Absolutely. So, hope you guys had a great visit this week, and we are so happy to bring you some outside fun, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye guys. Alright guys, so we have just done our 10 Black Dots home visit. Now, you've seen your activities for infant, toddlers, preschoolers. You've seen our large activity for the week with a big old hopscotch. Now, we just want to show you some little bits and bops and extras that we have for your kiddos for this week.
Right, in correspondence with our book. So we have some coloring sheets. So this one happens to have a number and is a little character, but at the bottom there is a black dot and it does have the number above it. You can even use, Miss Dana, when we were talking about utilizing things for outside or on sheets, if you let them color this, you could actually cut this out in a square and make your own
Little flashcards.
little flashcards.
Absolutely.
So that was one. And then this one, again, the dotters, you can color them, you can use the dotters, you can use markers, however you guys want to do it. You can have them trace it first. It's all up to you. Now those are for the younger kids. So between your infants, for you guys doing hand over hand, or
And your
our
toddlers.
For you little older ones, between the preschool and a little bit older,
Yep.
I've challenged you.
Ooh.
So I have some sheets for you that you can start tracing if you don't already know how to do the numbers 1 through 10. And if you are already there, I took it up a step for you. Now you have to do the word and be able to do the number.
Now again, guys, we do not expect your toddlers to do these sheets.
No.
These are just for extras. So we had mentioned it last week by telling you guys, please don't get overwhelmed by the amount of paper that you're getting. But we want to reiterate that for this week. It is just for extra.
Right.
We want to make sure that your littlest ones and your older children are getting something out of this
Right.
if possible.
And your older ones did get coloring sheets too, so they didn't get just the worksheets. We want it to be fun for them too. But knowing that they might be able to do, depending on how well they're counting and stuff, we wanted to be able to either get them in a good rhythm and help you, or push them that little bit farther that they're gonna need going to kindergarten.
Absolutely. So that is all we have for you for this week. Please feel free to use extras from last week or extras from this week. And again, please make sure that you're always there with your child while you do these videos. Super, super important. They need
Right.
your input.
Absolutely. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this book as well as our book from last week. And I hope to, here's a little hint, our next 2 weeks is going to be pretty fun.
That's right. Wait until you see the visits that are coming up after these. They are going to be super, super fun. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.